Dennis Athamusali was out there in the middle with the two captains, and this is what transpired.
Match day number 3, game number 6 is going to be another exciting clash between the Itanda Kayakers and the Bujjagali Rafters. Bujjagali in buoyant mode after picking up their first win of the tournament. And in the afternoon, we're out here in the middle for the toss with the two captains, Esther Ilu for the Itanda Kayakers and Konsi Yaweko for the Bujjagali Rafters, and our third umpire for the day, Mr. John Trust Maeku. Itanda at the home side, so Esther will be doing coin toss. Heads is a call.
Heads is a call. And tails it is.
Tails it is. Itanda will win the toss. Esther, just come over here. What are you going to be doing?
Fielding.
Why have you chosen to field first?
It's just the team decision. Would like to field first because since actually I don't know even how to say, but we wanted to field first.
All right, high stakes for this match. You win this game and you'll be into the final tomorrow afternoon. Bujjagali, of course, have just come on the back of a win after winning their morning game in the afternoon. What is going to be what is the team plan?
The team plan is to win it.
All right, what do you think would be a good total to limit the Bujjagali Rafters to?
Maybe 50.
50, okay. Any changes from your team, from the team that lost yesterday afternoon?
Yeah. Shakamba is resting and Shakira is coming back.
All right, good luck to you, Esther, and the girls and the rest of the girls. Konsi Yaweko, Bujjagali has batted throughout all their group games. What do you think will be a good total? Are you happy to be batting first again?
I'm happy to bat first because it's what my team wants, and we are going to improve on our scores because I believe something above 120 is good for us with the bowling strength that we have. So I believe the batters requested me to give them the honors to set the tone for the day, so they will take on the toss has come to our favor as well, so they will take on the privilege of opening for us the batting today.
Yeah, no doubt you're very good bowling side, bowling heavy, but you haven't scored more than 97 runs. Is 120 a realistic target for you?
120 is a realistic. Yeah, it's too realistic because we haven't even made 100. So I believe 120 is something that we can start with, and if we fall short, let's stop on 100.
Okay. Any changes from the team that won in the morning?
No, we are using the same team.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Konsi, and the girls. That's the news from the middle. Itanda Kayakers have won the toss and they've elected to bowl first.
That was Dennis Athamusali for you out there in the middle with the two captains. The two teams that will be playing in the middle today. The Itanda Kayakers, the team on a roll. The Bujjagali Rafters won their first game this morning. Konsi Aweko, very, very happy captain there. That's the team that should be captaining today. Konsi Aweko, Veronica Abuga, the Kenyan international, Leona Babidi, who played her second match of the tournament. Janet Nakirwanda from Jinja, and Sandra Achao, who had stayed with us in the comms box, will be looking to do some damage. She took a super catch in the win against the CP Trekkers. Naomi Bagenda Kayondo, the princess of Buganda, is in this side. Maria Nyende Kagoya from a cricketing family. Kevin Amuge, the girl who picked up the final wicket in the match, bowling out a fellow teammate from Soroti. There, the young Patricia Timong in. Eunice Kobusinje and Sarah Kiteng complete that side. But there is Imagine Nakisuyu. She did perform with the bat and with the ball. 29 of 32 and 2 for 15. And the Itanda Kayakers side, the captain there in this Itanda Kayakers side, Esther Iloku, will be in. Proskovia Lako, her big hitting skills will be on display once again. She will be with Dianbi Menyimana at the top of the order. Shakira Sadiq makes a bounce back into the side. Watch out for the Musamari sisters, Rita Musamari and Susan Kakai, all the way from Jinja. Franklin Najumba, experience is the best teacher, so they say. She'll be there to show her experience alongside the exciting prospect of Jacqueline Nakayovu. Lona Anyeit is in the mix. The off-spinner named Franco Nsubuga because she bowls her overs very quickly, and Hope Mbeza, the team of Itanda Kayakers. Lots of young and experienced, exciting names. A good mix of the tried and tested. They take the field first, the Kayakers. They won the toss, gave away the toss to Bujjagali Rafters. 2 bat first Konsi Aweko was dancing in the middle at the toss, saying we also wanted to bat first, and looks like these guys have given us a chance to bat first. I am not alone in the comms box. I have the experienced voice of an ICC commentator in Dennis Athamusali. Dennis, welcome to the comms box. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Innocent. Thank you for the flowers. I appreciate them, especially when you're still alive. But these two teams, Itanda Kayakers, making a habit of chasing down totals, and their only loss in the tournament coming because they were asked to bat first. This time, deciding to do what I think they are very familiar with, and very, very confident speaking captain there, Esther Ilukol, telling me that they are going to make sure that the Bujjagali Rafters only score 50 runs for them to pick up an easy win and make sure that they are in the final tomorrow afternoon. But a lot riding on this particular match. The Bujjagali Rafters can sneak into tomorrow's final if they're able to pick up a very big win, and the Itanda Kayakers, this win will guarantee them being in tomorrow's afternoon final. So a lot at stake. Changes for the team. Shakira Sadiq into the side. Kayam Shakamba takes a rest. Bujjagali choosing to stay with the team that won in the morning, which is very obvious. You will never change a winning team. Let's see what happens. Rita Msamali will take the new ball from the KFC road end. And you can see her in that image there, standing alongside the captain of the Rwanda ladies team, Diane Bimenyimana. You can see Diane and Esther Ilukol consulting just to make sure that they have everything together. The umpires out there in the middle, Sharon Athola in your image. And she's working alongside Nobat Abi, who's standing in at square leg. Who will it be in tomorrow's final in the afternoon? The CP Trekkers are waiting on this result to know their fate. The Bujjagali Rafters have their fate in their own hands. 120 is the projected total from their captain, Konsi Aweko. But like Innocent mentioned at the post-match presentation earlier on, Bujjagali have only scored 97 runs. Let's see if they can get 120.
Leona Babide off the mark, immediately underway. She has Sandra Achao in company to set the pace in this innings. Sandra Achao was here in the comms box yesterday, Dennis. Well, she made a feast of it. What a commentator she will be in future, that young girl. But now she's got work to do as an opening batter for her team.
I think Sandra Chow is where both you and I started. Of course, yourself, a very cunning left-arm off spinner, left-arm Chinaman. And myself, of course, with the noise behind the stumps. But for now, Sandra Chan has to score runs for her team. I think she had a very good time yesterday. Hits hard, but straight to Shakira Sadiq. Oh, carried off. Good delivery up front there from Rita Musamali. There is an extra cover for Rita Musamali's bowling. Sandra Chow, the only thing I think she'll have to work on when she goes back to Soroti is how she lines up the ball. She plays away from her body, and most times that means that she lacks power in her shots. If she could be able to line up the ball well, because she makes some sweet timing with the bat, but unfortunately because she doesn't set herself up very well, she doesn't pierce the gaps.
She tries to go for power there. You can't tear the cover off a cricket ball. Dennis, you know that very well as an opening batter in your heyday. You can only nudge it around and milk the singles. Very, very well. Musamali.
And I think it's now a more difficult job, especially opening in T20 cricket, because teams want to get out of the blocks very quickly. So you need to have a wide repertoire of shots for you to survive.
That's a wide indicated by Sharon Atola, one of the fastest rising female umpires in Uganda and in the region. The sky will be the start for her if she continues umpiring with the confidence she does.
Yeah, I've been guilty a couple of times in the league because of trying to threaten her. But I must tell you, she's a very strong character. She will not be threatened by anyone.
Little touch and go. Jacqueline Nakayovu, very athletic in the field. Onto it quickly to end the first over. Just the 2 runs from Samali's over. One of the runs just a wide. Things going the way Itanda Kayakers like to have the Bujjagali Rafters at for the moment. 2 for no loss after 1. Dennis, you missed, but you did miss. You watched a very exciting finish to the morning game. Does excitement describe it enough?
I think there are not enough words to describe that morning game. I think that experience will stay with Kevin Amuge for quite some time. Swing. Chance put down. Esther Iluko snatching at the ball instead of waiting for it to come to her. Sandra Chow survives. That will be the end of the first over. 2 runs off it. But again, like I mentioned, if you look at that chance again, Sandra Chow plays away from her body a lot. It was inevitable for her. Gets an outside edge. Went very quickly to Esther Iluko there. And she's not able to snatch on it because the ball came quickly to her. Catches win games. Hopefully they haven't dropped the match and the game. Jacqueline Nakayovu will be bowling from the Jija Road end.
Jacqueline Nakayovu, Dennis Musali. Looks like a bowler who could bowl 40 overs with the same energy. The way she runs into ball, the first ball, is the same way she runs into ball, her last ball in the 4th over. Sporting some spiky hairstyle. Very, very common feature of many sportsmen and sportswomen lately, the world over.
Yeah, Jacqueline Nakayovu, must say a find for Wanderers Cricket Club from last season. She's been very, very good for them, especially up front. I think she's a bit unfortunate that she is in the same generation as 3 very, very good fast bowlers for the Victoria Pearls. Of course, Irene Elmo, Evelyn Anyipo, and Patricia Malemiki have staked a claim to those positions on the national team. But you just never know where things could go and what could happen. As long as she remains consistent and interested in the game, she will have a chance.
You say chances, and these chances abound for everyone else in this cricketing world if you associate with the right products and right brands. Nakayovu Tubavirie. The twin throws the kitchen sink at that one. No sweet connection. It's the young Lona Anyait that keeps it out. A short mid-wicket.
Yeah, Leona Babirie, one of the twins. Her sister Lynette Nakato is also part of the teams in this Waterfalls Elite League. But Leona made her debut for the Victoria Pearls last year. Difficult outing for her. I think the reality was different from what she expected. But I think she's also a very, very good player. And if she keeps getting more.
A moment of reality check for her. Imam Tugume rushes on to offer some quick medical assistance to Leona. Looks like when she put that delivery, there was no timing onto it. Jacqueline Nakayovu continuing from where she set off, bowling it not too full to Leona Babirie, because Leona Babirie is looking to either drive or play that swipe across the line. If you pitch up, you're in trouble. She goes for power. She's got power, and she'll smack you anywhere she wants. Bowling in the right areas, Nakayovu here.
Yeah, very true. And Leona Babidi very, very strong on the offside. So if you deny her any balls outside of stump, she won't get anything. It's difficult for her to score runs. Don't forget, Innocent, that Leona Babidi has a softball history. She's played for the national softball team. For those that don't understand, softball is the female version of baseball. So she
national colors in both cricket and baseball and softball.
Not just Leona Babide, but Janet Mbabas, the captain of the CP Trekkers, has also had that same opportunity.
2 back-to-back good overs. This is the first maiden of the match. Nakayovu Jacqueline takes the credit. Proud moment for her to have a maiden up front in the match. 2 for no loss after 2 overs.
Yeah, some swag there from Jacqueline Nakayovu, sporting some nice earrings. The haircut, superstar-like. It's good to see that the young players have no fear for this occasion. They've come into this. They've come into the elite league and made sure that they show that they belong at this level. Ritam Samali will continue to ball from the KFC road end. This is the Waterfalls T20 League Tournament. Women's edition started on Thursday. Will conclude tomorrow with the final between either of these 3 teams. Been exciting cricket. We've seen a lot of cricket. The girls have put on a wonderful show. Curtain raise of sorts for the men's edition that will start Thursday next week on the 26th. But take nothing away from the ladies because they put on a very good show for us, and a good number of people have come out to watch them. And of course, the partners who've made this possible: Plascon, Batball, Ken Bright, Blink Logistics, Century Cinema. There are a lot of tickets for you to win. We'll give you 2 more. Yesterday, we had 2 winners, Arjuna and Connie Chasimile, winning tickets to Century Cinema. And I tell you again, if you're watching this live stream, what a shot there from Leona. But goes straight to the fielder who does a proper clean-up job. If you're watching the live stream either on Women's Crick Zone or Batball.tv, just predict the win of this game again. Very easy. We'll give you 2 tickets to go and watch any movie you want at any of the branches for Century Cinemax. But there will be a lot more to be won tomorrow, especially during the fan engagement activities. So make sure you come through for the final in the afternoon here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval. We won't forget the people who are doing this live production. Ooh, goes through everything there. Sandra Chow now looks like there's a hole in her butt because everything is going through. He's out there struggling on just 1 of 9 balls. End of the 3rd over, just 4 runs for the Bujjagali Rafters. Bujjagali have struggled with the bat, but they are very, very confident with their bowling that any total they put on should be good enough for them. The production brought to you by the Podgal team. Amazing pictures we've had throughout the last 3 days, only made possible by our data partner Live Work and Rock Telecom. Been a fine show so far, and we hope that tomorrow's final will live up to the billing.
Of course, special shout outs Dennis there to the boss at Podgal, who also gets his hands a little dirty, David Poyer, for also building up a strong team there of guys who got to land the game. Sweet from Leona Babidi, 4 runs there. Was trying down to her leg side. She helped it along all the way for 4 runs coming through. Then it's, of course, the other broadcast partners and the guys that have made sure that the teams are very, very smart. Bat ball, cricket for all. You can also follow the game on Bat Ball TV. We talked about Live, Work, Rock Telecom. You can't forget Plascon, the best paint in the business. Color your world. You can only color your world with beautiful things. Talk about Pepsi. You quench that thirst. Ken Bright for all your insurance and assurance issues, and Blink Logistics, who are making sure the commentators look smart as well, and offering more of the logistical needs for anyone else in Uganda and East Africa. You have a Ferrari to bring from Mombasa, Blink Logistics will bring it down for you here to Kampala, Dennis.
Yeah, very true, Innocent. They got you a Blink Logistics. Of course, a company owned by one of our own, a legend of the cricket cranes, Mr. Benjamin Musoke. We thank you for the support. Podgal Group, a very large group of people, but all with whom we started this kind of work. Producer Waso on the camera there on one of the screens. Jacob, the man who's been doing the toss for most of the time. Forward group of people, Innocent, Abdul, all the way from Kigali.
Rwanda. Yeah, and the team keeps growing.
Yeah, very,
That's
very big.
of the work that they're doing as Podgal Group. One of these days, Dennis, me and you should walk into the Podgal offices and ask for some shares. Because we were there in the beginning to see it all happen. Surely we belong.
The baby is growing, certainly.
And the fathers are many now.
We've walked many journeys with them, from Zimbabwe to Rwanda to Oman. The Podgal Group has been all over the world to just make sure that they give you the quality live stream that you see.
They gave me my first trip, Podgal Group, to Botswana last year for the women's qualifiers. Was a very, very exciting moment for me. From then on, I have traveled the world. I've not looked back. People think I've been doing this for 20 years. It's just 1 year down the road.
I think we're even lucky they're still doing this local kind of work, because they've been all over the world. They're not busy yet, but once they start traveling, it's difficult to find them.
It is very wise of the technical director of this Elite League, to Waterfalls T20 Elite League, to hold it in January before the ICC calendar is unruffled with many other fixtures. You won't find the Podgal Group in Uganda. They are based in Uganda, but they don't stay in Uganda. Of course, you have to give it also to one of their camera persons, Jacob Mangeni Wejuli. For me, he's the best cameraman on the roving one. Take your roses, Podgal Group. Enjoy them. You deserve them. And we're happy to belong and associate as members in the comms box with partners in crime, Dennis Arthur and Innocent Daula. But it's back to the business. Itanda Bujjagali, Nakayovu is here to do the business. And well, they got a boundary off her first ball. It's the end of another over there. 11, make that 12 without loss. Sandra Chow and Leona Babiri still out there in the middle to grind it out for the Rafters of Bujjagali.
Yeah, very true, Innocent. And tomorrow we'll have a first time moment where the final of this event will be live on NBS Sport for those that can make it to Lugogo Cricket Oval. And that production still will be brought to you by the Podgal Group on NBS Sport from 2 p.m. up to 5 p.m. You'll be able to watch the final of the Waterfalls T20 League Women's Edition. Rita Musamali into her third over from the KFC Road end. The captain, Esther Iluko, persisting with her and keeping her longer. Ooh.
Ferocious cut from Sandra Chow. She'll break her shackles with the first boundary there. Welcome runs for Sandra Chow, who favors that shot.
Yeah, you can see there Jacqueline Nakayev knows she should have done better, offering some apologies. Sandra Chow plays away from her body, just throws her arms at that. Surely Jacqueline Nakayev should have done much better. Doesn't sort out her long barrier. The ball going through her for No chance for the extra cover. Because of the way Sandra Chow bats, if Rita Msamali was intelligent enough, just need to bowl wicket to wicket, you'll have an opportunity. Anything outside of stump, she really just throws her arms at it. This time, the chance
took the words out of your mouth, Dennis. As soon as you said her problems, looks like Rita Msamali was bowling with her earphones on, listening to our commentary, because she does exactly that. And the finest of edges, she edges through the keeper. Esther Iluko doesn't drop many. She clinches on, holds on. First wicket is down. Achao goes after that boundary celebration, but the sound was loud and clear. Sharon says, yes, please take a walk.
Yeah, a celebration of relief there from Rita Msamali. One of the things I'm happy about, Innocent, is that we've seen Rita Msamali take the ball again. It's been a while for her. And I was speaking to her coaches just before the match that these are the most overs she has bowled in the last 2 years. She had taken a break, I think, from bowling. I don't know why. But the coach has made sure that she starts bowling again. And you can see that she still got it.
And I tell you, that's the beauty of the Elite League, Dennis. It brings back memories for many people. It brings coaches that have worked with these players before. And then what happens is some of these coaches don't play for themselves, Dennis. They play for their coaches. So if they believe if a coach trusts me to do a job, I can do it for them. Msamali, long time. It's been a long time coming for us since she last bowled like this, like you say. And with confidence, because every time she's coming to bowl for the Victoria Pass, it's been around the 13th, the 15th over, and the batsman's blades are hot, and she's been taking a lot of punishment, and 1-2 overs, she's out of the attack. And when things settle and Uganda wins, everybody forgets about her, and she's not been given a chance to bowl again. But here she is with the new ball and showing a lot of control. That's another art that is tough to master. New batter in is the experienced Veronica Abuga, the big hitting Kenyan, in at one drop with the scoreboard reading 14-1. The problems of Bujjagali Rafters this morning, they were moving at 1 run per over for about 8 overs, Dennis. Today they will be happy they're moving at 3. Abuga in particular, alongside Nakisui, hoping that run rate to slowly get out of the single digits. Work to be done by the Rafters. They want to create a certain niche and a name for themselves as low scoring masters. Another close chance there. You saw yesterday, Franklin Najumba. She got a very big running out. The captain of the CP Trekkers, Janet Mbabazi. She's fielding body and soul, putting her body on the line. And she could have had the Bujjagali Rafters in trouble there. It's the end of the 5th over, 16-1. Talking about the hassle, the trials and tribulations of Bujjagali Rafters. If these franchises had third names, struggle would have been Bujjagali Rafters' third name.
Yeah, I think the tide has been high for the last 3 days for them. It's only today they've been able to reach the deep waters. Like they say, Innocent, it's difficult to sail through the high tide, but the victory at the end of it all is what matters most. Today they were on the right side of the result, but the barest of all margins. Kevin Amuge holding her nerve in that final over, even after she went for a boundary, to make sure that she wins that game for them. What an experience for that young girl. Jacqueline Nakayov into her third over as well. Innocent Kin, we spoke to Esther Iloko, and she said their plan is always to make sure that they don't use slow bowlers. They're always trying to make sure that they're bowling the pacers. I don't think that's a very good idea. In ladies cricket, a lot of the ladies like the ball coming to them.
Power behind that one from Veronica Abuga. If you play as sweet and smartly as Abuga, you don't have to run and take risky runs. 4 runs to the total for Veronica Abuga. Just a little back forward punch into the mid-on area that races her to the boundary. Quick outfield.
Yeah, Innocent, as things, the way things stand right now, the Itanda Kayakers family on top of that table with a very healthy net run rate of 1.1, followed by the CP Trackers on 0.5. Negative net run rate for the Bujjagali Rafters. They will need a lot of runs if they are going to overcome the CP Trackers and sneak into the final tomorrow afternoon. But I think maybe CP Trackers did just enough for them to be in the final tomorrow afternoon.
You look at the points table again, and you believe that this net run rate, Dennis, can be negated if something happens. You know, cricket is a funny game. It reminds me of how Uganda missed out to qualify for the next playoff stage for the World Cup by just 0.146 of a net run rate. Not even a half of a run for you to miss out.
So close, but so far away for you, the Cricket Cranes. After that trip to Jersey, they will need to start all over again. Itanda Kayakers, the team that set the tone for this particular tournament. They've been the team to beat, and they will surely be in tomorrow's final. I think they did enough in the first 2 games to ensure that they make it into the final.
Veronica Abuga, for you in full flow, Dennis. That's what you expect from a Kenyan international and an import. Out with the old, in with the new. We used to seeing people like Margaret Banja, Sarah Bakita Wetoto, but this is the new Kenyan order, and it is Veronica Abuga in town. Short one, power behind that one. Nakayo will regret why she pitched it short. Her third over has been a big one for the Rafters of Bujjagali.
The sixes in this tournament have only come off 2 blades. One that belongs to Veronica Abuga and the other of Proskovia Alako. But Veronica Abuga, they are showing her class. She's a proper international for the Kenyan ladies team. So she makes sure that she hits the rubbish.
Miss Nikin, a third name, Immaculate Nakisuyu, was in immaculate form this morning. She did join that class of people who've hit 6s today.
A change in the bowling. Patricia Marilmikia will take the ball from the KFC road end and replace Rita Musamali.
Of course, Patricia Malmekia from a cricketing family. You very well know Sean Agamire, Richard Agamire of the Cricket Cranes, big brother, also a Jidra, another brother to Malmekia. Cricket is played in the family. Dennis, I don't know how many of your siblings, brothers and sisters, have played this game.
Unfortunately, none could follow into my footsteps, but I'm making sure that Jasmine does by force or fire. She will have to play on the cricket. I've been very intentional to make sure I don't pay for any other sport apart from cricket.
Very well said. After all daughters are daddy's little girls. May Jasmine go on to captain Uganda one day. Good luck to you, Dennis, and your ambitions. But be prepared to spend a lot of money. Sport never gets cheaper. Little nice whip of her pads to do some running. The chase is on. She will chase all the way. Rita Musamali. Musamali will finish second best in the chase. Even Usain Bolt would have finished second there, with the ball winning the race.
Again, Veronica Abuga forcing the issue and showing her class. This one they are dragged from the middle all the way to the offside. Once it beat Rita Musamali inside the ring, there was no chance for her of catching up. Veronica Abuga now the aggressor, already 12 of 8 balls. My apologies, that shot was from Leona Babidie. Trying to go big again, Leona. Ball just goes over the head of the young Lona Anyait. Waterfalls lands safely.
Dennis, the Bujjagali Rafters stepping on the gas for the first time. They have 30 runs in under 7 overs. Big, nice, straight drive. Not able to beat Musamali at mid-on. Just the one.
Innocent, I think we've seen all the 4 international players so far. Each one of them has brought something to their different franchise teams. Diane, I think for me, has stood out. But very, very good contributions from Vanessa and Veronica as well for their particular teams. Missed completely there by the captain. Istayeloko goes through her. Istayeloko said 50 was their target. But Bujjagali already 34 for 1.
That sticks in the hand of Patricia Malmekia. Well, if it's your day, it's your day. Catch to dismiss the dangerous Veronica Abuga. Caught on board Malmekia. It went off her butt like a tracer bullet, but Malmekia was up to the task. Abuga not very happy with her little cameo. She was looking like to get going and going. But that dismiss again, Dennis.
And that short ball hit powerfully there by Veronica Abuga. I think Patricia Malemike is lucky she was able to hold on to that. Just came straight quickly to her. She looked like she was trying to get out of the way. Had nowhere to run. And the only option was to try and take that catch. And somehow it sticks. Very disappointed with ourselves there, Abuka. The Bujjagali Rafters now 34 for 2. Janet Nachiranda would be the new batter for the Bujjagali Rafters.
Into the attack is Rwanda captain Diane Marie Bimenyimana. She bowls a mixed bag and she has someone in trouble. She's grimacing in pain because she knows that one has wasted to the boundary. A very good delivery from her, Dennis. Goes all the way to the boundary. Look at that delivery again. Swinging for the heavens is Leona Babirie, and well, Lady Luck is smiling on her side. She survives.
Yeah, fortune favors the brave, and this time Babirie is swinging for her life. I don't think the ball was going anywhere, but she got the thick outside edge that runs away for a boundary. Again, ladies, I think your tight line has to be wicket to wicket, because anything outside of stump, they fancy themselves to go after it.
But of course, Leona Babiria, because she's the best bowler, or you call her a soft bowler because she's played softball for Uganda, she's swinging like the best ball swing, Dennis. And in baseball, you swing very hard. And that's what they say. When you swing in sports, you swing very hard because the edge will be quick and electric off the bat. And that gives the keeper a tougher chance to cling on. Wides it will be.
Another wild swing. Ooh, Leona Babidi not watching the ball. Trying to take cover, but that throw from Lona Anya, she's lucky Lona is not a very strong girl. Could have been more dangerous.
.40 up. That's the 2 wickets. They're moving at 5 per over. That is acceptable in 2020 cricket, especially women's cricket, because they can accelerate at the back end of the innings. The sun pierces through the clouds again here. We're into the 8th over, being bowled by Diane Marie Bimenyimana. End of the over number 8, bowled by Diane Marie Bimenyimana. 7 runs of her over. There were chances in that over by Diane. The first ball in particular, I left her grimacing, jumping up with anguish, wondering what could have been if the catch had been taken. The Bujjagali Rafters would have been 3 down. But it is 41 for 2. After 8 overs, Leona Babidi on 19 from 25. Janet Nakiranda 1 from 2. They are moving at 5.12 per over. And here is Patricia Malmekia from the KFC end to bowl over number 9. That day for the Bujjagali Rafters, they picked up 1 in the morning. If they win this one, then they will be the only team that have won their double-header day.
Yeah, I think it's been a struggle for any of the teams to pick up a win when they have 2 games. But at least that would mean that each of the 3 sides has won 2 games, and the net run rate will be the difference between who makes the final and who doesn't.
Wait for the heartbreak. Wait for the tears of joy.
Yeah, CP Trekkers waiting on this result to find out if they will be in that afternoon final. But I think Itanda Kayakers did just enough in the first 2 games to get them into that final. Especially that 10-wicket win against the Bujjagali Rafters put them in prime position to be the team to make it to the final.
Itanda Kayakers. Of course, this tournament then is the Waterfalls T20 Elite League for the women's edition, being named after the Waterfalls in Uganda, the CP Falls, the Itanda Falls, and the Bujjagali Falls, where there have been 34 Bujjagalis. And what happens there lately, you've got to dance and make the gods happy with several acts of permissiveness.
I don't know if Bujjagali will be happy that his team is at the bottom of this table. Probably there were not enough consultations from the management of the team for good luck. Janet Nachirand has struggled for runs in this particular event, but she's a very, very good player. Hopefully today is the day her batting comes together and help her team.
A chance for you, because all the selectors have been watching these games, because some have been able to come down to Lugogo and others are following the games on the stream. Players like Janet Nakiranda, Jacqueline Nakayovu, who've been knocking on the door, have a chance to show their true potential and send a signal to the selectors that we are part of your thoughts, would like to play for Uganda as well. And maybe get with players like Frankie Najub, of course, being ushered out of the side slowly to create room for the youngsters.
You've said it, Innocent, that there's some players who need to make room for the new blood. I think really the challenge most times for the ladies is that the longevity of their careers is not as long as that for the men, because the ladies always have other commitments. So the lifespan for a female cricketer is very short compared to that of a boy. Lonya Nyait with the fielding, very good work there from the young girl, puts in a powerful arm.
I love the backup scene as well.
Yeah, but back up there, Shakira Sadiq, one of the best fielders I know in ladies cricket. No fly zone for her every other time she's in the field.
Give us a max out of 5, Dennis.
4.8 for Shakira.
Would you like to compare with Raymond Otim? How many would you give Raymond Otim then, back in our heydays?
Raymond Otim was 6.5 out of 5.
Very well said. Wise words coming from Dennis Musali. If you're listening in, well, do enjoy the commentary and analysis being offered by an ICC commentator. You very well know that it is free and there's a lot of analysis there and information coming through. All you have to do is download batball.tv, log on, get hooked, watch, or go to Cricket Women's Zone and enjoy the game. Or open up your Facebook page, still banned in Uganda though, but all over the world you can watch this game on your Facebook page of the Cricket Uganda.
I think one of the things I remember mostly about Raymond, since I was a wicket keeper, every time he would be throwing the ball, Innocent, he would tell you, do not move.
It's signal to say that I am throwing it exactly where you are, where you want it, just above.
Right on top of the stumps.
So keep the keeper's waistline or belly, whichever way the keepers wanted it, or the chest. Very good fielder he was. It's time to work for the Kayakers of Itanda, because Bujjagali are settling in here nicely. 45 for 2. Diani's second over, better than the first. Both not too shabby. First went for 7. She's gone for 2. There are 2 balls left in this one. Some movement in the air and off the surface for Dian. End of the 10th over. We are at the halfway stage. Score is 45 for 2. Sights and sounds from Bujjagali Tourism in Uganda abound. Enjoy it when you go visiting the Pearl of Africa. Lots of tourism. We've got the falls, we've got the mountains, we've got the animal parks. It's a sanctuary of sorts when you come to the Pearl of Africa. Only place in the world actually you can experience the 4 seasons of weather in just under 12 hours. Clean ball. Nakiranda guilty of closing her eyes and swinging for the heavens. A full toss, cleaning her up. Little celebrations there from Malmekia. The delivery again.
Straight into the block hole there. Nakiranda misses it completely, losing her body shape when she's trying to play the shot.
This is the Itanda Falls. If you've gone and enjoyed some flipping in the waters of Itanda, and if you've gone for some of the Nyege festivals, you've taken in the savory that Itanda.
Immaculate Nakisui, the new batter for the Bujjagali Rafters. Yet to put on a big total, yet to put on a score that is worthy of her name. I think today might be the day her team needs her the most if they are going to try and make something out of it. Very good over so far from Patricia Malemikia. Has already picked up 2 wickets. One of those wickets, a big one, a big fish. Look at that replay again. In a tongue of sorts there, Immaculate Nakisui, but she manages to keep it out. Big wicket of Veronica Abuga picked up by Patricia Malemikia. Wasn't a very good ball, but at least did just enough of the work. Ball kept running away from Diane Binyenyimana, but she does so well. Diane again, another one from the cricketing family. Her big brother, her younger brother, Zapi Binyenyimana, plays for the runner team. What a big shift there from Diane. Diane has come in this tournament and put in a very, very big shift. Whether it has been with the bat or with the ball, but she has put in a big shift even in the field. We saw her running traffic for the Itanda Kayakers.
Dennis, I tell you a small story about the Bimenyimana family. The name for me, Bimenyimana, means cricket in Kigali because Bimenyimana, Diane, look at that shift fast, the stop. Yo, super stuff there. Take that for an advert and pay $1 million bucks for it because super stuff from Diane Marie Bimenyimana. Her young brother Zapi Bimenyimana plays for the Rwanda national men's team. Then the other younger brother, Vincent Dipol Ivan Bimenyimana, is the captain of their under-19 boys team. Cricketing family doesn't come any smaller.
I think all over the world, cricket is a family game. We've seen cricket siblings who play for the Cricket Cranes, Henry Senyondo, Simon Sesazi, Victoria Pauls, even in this Itanda team, Susan Kakai and her big sister Rita Msamali.
When you say big, the word big is relative there. Elder should surpass. And lost the plot because Diane-Marie Bimenyimana has been doing a very good job for them bowling at the back end of the innings. She's been coming into ball from over number the spell. Here she comes into ball now. Who will do the work for them when they need a death bowler? Could be the trick. Imagine Nakisui, you don't bowl in those zones for her. She scores her second six of the day. The Sixers Club has two members to it now. One is Proskovia Lako, who has 10 sixes in the tournament thus far.
Yeah, a top quality shot there from Imi. Goes down on one knee and whips that over deep square leg for a six. One of the shots of the tournament there from Imi.
Bujjagali into the 50s as Diane-Marie Bimenyimana wraps up her third over, the 12th of the innings. 53 for 3. Nakisui on 7. Leona Babidi has held fort. 22 from 36. The cricketing twin sisters Babidi, Leona and Lynette Nakato both playing in this franchise cricket. The run rate is at 4.42. If they get this to go to 5.5, by the end of towards the innings, maybe they'll move it to closer to 6, and then Konsi Aweko, the captain of the Bujjagali Rafters' dream of getting 120, will be achieved. Still very, very possible. And they look around the park. They give the ball to the young, exciting Lona Anyait. Sweet cover drive from Nakisui. The chase is on from Musamali. Musamali with a back flip They're running back for the second. They'll get to. Leona is interested in helping Nakisuyu stay on strike. It's the way to go about business, because Nakisuyu will score at more than a run a ball when she is in the mood. Lona Anyait, 3 balls done. This is our 4th. Nakisuyu going on one knee, trying to clip that one all the way to the boundary. Little protection on the onside, on the leg side. Will be wides. It is wides.
Touch and go there from Immaculate Nakisuyu. Punch down the ground, they pick up a single. Good cricket from her. The young Frank Nsubuga, female version, Lona. It's a big opportunity for her bowling to players like Immaculate Nakisuyu and Rona and Leona Babirie.
Frank Nsubuga wears number 14, Lona is wearing 7, so it's half the talent from Lona, maybe to Frank. But a tidy first over there for Lona Anyait from Soroti. None for 4 after 1. It is 57 for 3 after 13. How do the Bujjagali Rafters go about business here? They have wickets in hand. The first time they've played, and they don't look like they're in trouble with the wicket column.
We'll tell you tomorrow the final will start at 2 p.m. None of the teams confirmed so far, but I will tell you that Itanda Kayakers, I think, have done enough. The CP Trekkers waiting on this result, but Bujjagali will need a very big win to overcome the net run rate of the CP Trekkers.
Brought into the attack for the first time in the tournament is Franklin Najumba from the Ginger Road end. She's going to be bowling some spinners. Starts with one umpire's line there. Abi is happy not to call it wide. Another umpire would have called it wide. Once upon a time in her heyday, Franklin Najumba used to steam in from the 30 yards with some lively pace. But the good years long gone. That is a very big shot from Immaculate Nakisuyu. She says, welcome to the bowling attack, Franklin. This is my world, and I am ruling it for now.
Hit me ball there from Franklin Najumba. Help yourself. Immaculate Nakisuyu doing the rest. Second 6 for her in the game. Hey, Immaculate there hitting that rubbish over cow corner. 63 for 3 already. The Itanda, the Bujjagali Rafters.
And sensible batting from Immaculate Nakisuyu. She wants the second. She will go back quickly. Leona Babirie, either she's tired, either she's been rusty. Without a lot of practice, looks like she's struggling to complete the second run every time it has been on offer. Another big one from Immaculate Nakisuyu. You can't catch that. She's taken a liking to the bowling of Frankie Najumba. Najumba introduced into the attack by the captain Esther Iloku. And Nakisuyu says, well. This is my time. I belong to the Sixers club.
Yep.
Make that 3 sixes for Nakisu in the innings.
Good use of the feed there from Immaculate Nakisu. He walks to that delivery and powers it over deep mid wicket. Bigger 6 this time.
And once again, you see that she's not trying to go big. Or what one of our fellow commentators will say, going pa. She prefers to get 6 and 1. It is the end of Najumba's over. Those are the big hits in the over. Dennis, what you say? What's your thinking of this knock?
We don't want to jinx Imi for now, but you let you enjoy the 6s. The second one bigger than the first, and of course played with better skill because she had to walk to that ball and make sure she times it out of the middle with her bat. CP Falls, Abby sailing, one of the most interesting activities there at the CP Falls. CP Trekkers side, of course, that is part of the teams in this Waterfalls T20 tournament. Innocent, I don't know how dare you do some of that.
If you didn't know, Dennis, I have jumped out of a helicopter before. Happy skying. I dare you to do that.
Innocent, I don't know if you're trying to commit suicide or trying to test the parachute. Whichever it was, please don't try that again.
I wasn't 100 kilograms as I am now. I was 60 then, back in 2008, on our way in England, enjoying Ireland and Belfast and London. Lona Anyait. Leona Babirie goes for power, piercing that one through the covers. The runs are flowing for Bujjagali. The gods are happy finally.
The tide is good for the Bujjagali. They are enjoying themselves this afternoon. And once I saw that shot coming off Leona's blade, I was about to say, Innocent, I don't know whether it is too little or too late for them, because they've struggled with the bat in the past, haven't scored more than 97 runs. But now they are cruising nicely on 76 for 3. After just 14 and a half overs. I don't know if it was a good decision by the captain to keep Lona Anyait in the attack when Immaculate Nakisui now is very, very interested. Don't forget the final of this ladies women's edition will be tomorrow afternoon starting at 2 p.m. Itanda Kaya, clumsy there from Proskovia Alako, will allow them to pick up a second. She took up eyes off the ball at the last minute, and in the end picking up grass rather than the ball. Another very good over here for the Itanda Kayakers. They're 78 for 3 after 15 overs. 5 more overs left in the game. That's the CP Falls. That's what we call Abbey sailing. Coming down from that waterfall up to the bottom. Not a very easy activity. I must tell you, Innocent, I'm a purely black man. I'll never try and dare do that. But for those that love adventure, the CP Falls, a wonderful site for you to visit in Kapchora. Please try and do that.
I tell you, Dennis, that is my next on my bucket list.
I'll be the one taking photos at least.
Should be exciting. 78 for 3. We're done with 15 overs. That run rate is where I wanted it to be at the end of 15. 5.2, Dennis. Diane Marie Bimenyimana with the ball from the Ginger Road end. Good, nice little feather ball. Nachisui is not happy with herself. Half step there.
And this is very good to see, Innocent. Diane asking for the ball at the time when Imi seems to be very, very interested. Means she's looking to compete against the best, not very shy. Let's see how this contest shapes up.
Much late. maybe looking around and saying, after Diane, they got nobody else. I can take on the others. Of course, Najumba given one over. Punished out of her skin levels. Diane, what can she do? Big hit. Big. This is out of the park into the Ginger Road. That is on its way on the bus to Ginger. It's gone all the way to Ginger. Landed on a bus on its way to Ginger. The umpires will have to bring on another ball. Nakisui is in the mood. Where has she been all tournament long?
Nakisui has denied us the opportunity to see. Again, Nakisui using her feet gets to that ball and hits it into Ginger Road. Nakisui comes from Ginger. I'm sure she'll find that ball home, because must have hit one of the vehicles that is going to Ginger. Her fourth six of the day, 30 of 21 for Imi already. She's putting on a batting masterclass for her. Maybe today is the day. The Bujjagali Rafters looking for 120. They're already on 84 for 3 after 15 and a half overs.
From being nowhere in the batting lineup, Dennis started the day as number 20 on the batting card. Imagine that she's risen. Dennis, imagine next to started the day nowhere in the batting card, in the batting order. She was number 24. I tell you, she's now number 3 in the top run scorers of the tournament because of this little knock, and yet still little. She's got 31 from 22. Leona plays very well. They're running very hard between the wickets, doing exactly what they want. I was talking earlier about how Nakisui started the day in number 24 in the batting rota. Right now, Nakisui is number 3, Dennis. Jan Marie Benyimana seeing Nakisui come closer to her. She says, stay away from me. You're not my friend. You've been hitting me for 6s. Don't have to come any close. More wides. This one is a no ball. Chance for Nakisui to throw the kitchen sink at the bowling of Diane Marie Benyimana.
Yeah, Diane now put under pressure by Immaculate. Maybe she's trying to find a way of denying her the chance of hitting her. In the end, Imi is not falling for that trap. She's instead set her up.
Here is Imi facing the free hit. What does she want to do? It's a dot ball. $88 for 3. Bujjagali on it. They're grinding very hard. So. Last ball of the spell for Bimenyimana. Misfield. 4 runs. Misfield from the young loner Anyait. Is that Anyait? No, it's not Anyait. But a misfield. Nevertheless, Jean-Marie Bimenyimana not very happy with the fielding. But Imi Nachisu is sweeping that one off the middle stump. Umpire Nobatabi would have been interested. And that one clipped anywhere the pads. But fortune favors the brave. It is the end of over number 16. The score is 92 for 3. Jean-Marie Bimenyimana's last over disappeared for quite too many. And she finishes with figures of 0 for 31 in 4. She's been given a lesson in batting by Immaculate Nakisui.
Yeah, Immaculate Nakisui issuing some punishment there to Diane. But you can't fault her for being very brave. She took the ball at a moment when Immaculate's bat has caught fire. Patricia Malemikia will come from the KFC Road end.
Chasing wides there, Leona Babirie. Umpire Sharon Atola. 93 for 3. Dennis, I tell you, small story here. But Bujjagali Rafters have never been in a position of command like they are in this tournament. The double header day has brought luck for them, and hopefully they can get double joy because they won the first one in the morning. May they win the second one and throw a cat amongst the pigeons. Look at this French cat. You call it Pepsi in your heyday, you call it a French cat, but it's 4 runs to the total.
Chinese cat of sorts. The runs are coming very nice and innocent today. The Bujjagali Rafters finally will get into the 100, the magical figures of 100.
Right now, they have reached, that is the...
Yeah, very good ball there from Patricia. But fortune favors only the brave. Oh, another good ball there from Patricia. This time a Yorker missed it completely. Leona Babirie.
Look at that run rate of the Bujjagali Rafters. It is exactly where they want it to be. Just a few 0.0s to get to 6 per over. Malmekia Patricia. Umpire not interested. Of course, the Bujjagali Rafters equaling their highest score in the tournament. They're on 97. That's what they scored yesterday on day 2. Clipped of her legs. Leona Babirie won't be coming back for the second. She looks like she's run out of gas.
Yeah, she's been in there from the beginning. This is the 17th over. We are into the 17th over. And she's been there since the start. She has worked very hard for her team. The Itanda Kayakers have never been pushed this hard by any team. But today the tide is very good for the Bujjagali girls. And they've made sure that they make them earn this win in case it goes all down to the wire.
Iminachi on strike, and you look at them and they look around. They would love to set a different field for Immaculate. 34 from 24. Imi on strike. She hits this one. Where does it go? Does it connect? No way. It's a no ball. The 100 is up for the Bujjagali Rafters. 100 up. Make that 101 for 3 after 17 overs. 3 overs left. Everyone pumping up the other. Beautiful sights here. Some former chairman in the building right there in your frame following the game, and the fans. 101 for 3. 3 overs left. That's 18 balls. How many more can they get? Jacqueline Nakayovu from the Ginger Road end. Cut very powerfully by Leona Abidi. A very good stop at point from Musamali. 35 from 49 for Leona, and 36 from 25 for Imi. Just when you big wide, big boy, big umpire, lanky fellow, touring above everybody else. Happy to spread his arms out wide. No, but Abby. Giving them many runs in extras. Twelve extras so far in the innings, bowled by the Itanda Kayakers bowlers. Nakayovu strikes. The dangerous immaculate is gone. Caught behind. And with just 15 balls left, Captain Konsi Aweko asks Naomi Bagenda Kayondo to come out in the middle and do some hard work for the Rafters. Touch and go from Naomi Kayondo. She gets off the mark with a quick single. Sponsors for you there, right on your screen. Bat ball, cricket for all. That speaks volumes for itself. No second guessing or questions desired. It's all about cricket, the gentleman's game. Caught behind of Nakayo. The Itanda Kayakers know that Bujjagali Rafters are in dreamland. They've not been there before, and it is Bujjagali Rafters, Dennis, that have the best bowling unit in this tournament.
No lies there, Innocent. And the pass score for them, 105 now for 4 after 18 overs. Konsi Aweko mentioned that if they don't get 120, they will take at least 100 runs. One of other partners for the tournament, Plascon, Color Your World, the official partners for the Cricket Cranes, are also part of this local event. Big supporters of sports in Uganda, Plascon. Not just the Cricket Cranes, but the netball team, Vipers Football Club, and Arua Hills are all teams sponsored by Plascon. The Bujjagali Falls, some of the things you can do on the Bujjagali. Tubing on the Nile is what they call that activity. At least I can try that one, Innocent. Clearly we are in a line and in some tubes. Even if I fell into the River Nile, I will not get to Egypt.
Dennis, well, it's your day, it's your day. You'll never stop that day coming. God is timing, like they say, is always the best timing. Do everything you want, enjoy your adventure, go sailing in the skies.
Yeah, we are here for a good time, not a lifetime.
And when the good time comes, Dennis, you've got to make merry while the sun still shines. You don't want to live a life of regret saying, I wish and if, because if wishes were horses, beggars would ride, but doesn't happen in the real world. 18 gone, 105 for 4. Yangalon Anjait is given the ball with Kayondo on strike. What does Kayondo do? She cuts very hard. But there's no one she's cutting to. Leona Babiria continuing to carry her bat. 36 from 52.
Going nowhere there for Naomi Kayondo. I think the job and assignment for her is very simple, to try and get Leona on strike. So finding a single shouldn't be very difficult for her. Second last over of the match.
Naomi Kayondo favoring that offside shot, sort of a square drive, creating more room to play it.
What an over this one is turning out to be. Lona Anyait bowling the 19th over, but she has so far given away just one run. Much better display from the Bujjagali Rafters with the bat. Most of their senior players standing up. I don't know how much they missed Leona in the first two games. She was unavailable due to work commitments, but today she's put some assurances there at the top of the order.
An accountant and finance manager by the day. Leona is the cricketer for the weekend. Susan Kakai not quick onto that one as they scamper through for a quick single. Lona Nyait, the penultimate over goes for just 2 runs. Her figures returned for 13. And look at the beautiful scoreboard there, giving you the details. 2 for Naomi, 37 for Leona Babirie. It's just the 4 wickets lost. Overs updated 19. This is Lugogo for you. Don't be fooled that we're in England.
Reminds me of that scoreboard when we were at the Queen's Sports Club in
Bulawayo.
Bulawayo. At scoreboard manned by over 30 people. It was an amazing sight for me. And they do a brilliant job. 30 people working in sync every after a ball and an over, to just make sure that everything looks impeccable and perfect. Rita Musamali will bowl the final over of this first innings from the Ginger Road end.
Musamali to Leona. A little bump ball to start things up.
There are some of the fans there who have come out to watch the action.
Chance to run very quickly. Leona will scamper through home safe and drive for a single to give the strike to Naomi.
I think now Itanda can breathe a little bit. They had been put under pressure by the batting of Immaculate Nakisui. But for now, at least she has done a good job to make sure they get over 100 runs. 100 will be a challenging total. Work to do. Unable to carry it off. Hope Mbeza, the ball running away for 4. Tickle down the leg side there from Naomi Kayondo. Hope Mbeza should have done much better than that. The ball going through her body for a boundary. Welcome runs for the Bujjagali Rafters.
3 balls left. Dennis, can they get the 8 runs? There's so much desire to reach 120, such that when the Kayakers come batting, they will have to wade through very tough rapids in Bujjagali, because they will need 6 runs every over. Wides it will be. Umpire Norbert Abi happy to spread his arms out wide, because that was wild from Musamali.
Took long to make up his mind there. Norbert Abi thought about it for a very long time before indicating the extras.
Hit very hard. There's a misfield. All she could catch was air. And that is it. The end of the first innings here. 114 for 4 is what Bujjagali said. The highest score ever in this tournament. Musamali finishes with the impressive figures of 1 for 16 in 4. Leona Babiri carries her bat Dennis for 38 from 59 balls. She has literally played half of the innings by herself. Itanda Kayakers, who will be thinking, yes, you've done our bit. The look on their faces, not very convincing, but they've got power with the bat. But they're going to be running into some of the best bowling in the tournament.
I think 114 for 4. The Bujjagali Rafters will take that. Uncharted territories for them. They've never scored more than 97 runs, but in their final game in the groups, they get 114 runs for 4. Leona Babiri 38 of 59. Her partnership with the Ritams, Immaculate Nakisuyi, put them in a very good space and good stead. Challenging total for the Itanda Kayakers, who will be coming on for the second innings, but they have a lot of power. They've made it a habit of chasing down totals. They chased down 129. Let's see what they can do to chase down 114. 115 is what is required from them in the second innings if they are going to pick up their third win of the tournament. We'll take a short break. We'll let you enjoy the highlights for the first innings, and we'll take a short break. our second challenger there. Yes, name please. We have Moses, our second challenger there. Let's see. Moses can go away with this ticket. First one there. Too easy, too easy, too easy, too easy. One in the pocket. Second one there. One more to go. That one there, the third one goes under it. He wins himself a ticket there. Congratulations. Just like that, you walk away with a ticket. One more challenger. Then please. Alan. Alright, let's go, Alan. That's a dead one. Okay. That's one there. Second one. More to go. One more to go. There. Too easy there. Get our second winner. Congratulations to Alan too. We shall be having our second inning shortly. Umpires ready to walk in.
A little chats going on out there in the middle between the two. Little chats going on in between there in the middle between the two teams. The hurdle is done and dusted for the Bujjagali Rafters. Itanda Kayakers out there in the middle to bat. Change in the tactics for the Itanda Kayakers. Proskovia Alako is missing from the two batters out there in the middle. It is Esther Iloku and Diane Maribi Benyimana. Given the new ball is Evelyn Anyipo. She opens the bowling from the KFC end. Starts with a wide there. Sharon Atoula, umpire, standing alongside Abby Nobat. Abby at square leg, Sharon right on the business. The two captains there showing responsibility. Nakisuye, former captain of Uganda, and Konsaweko having many words to tell Anyipo after she bought a wide on the first delivery. It should be a good game. Dennis will come back from the short break.
Yeah, it should be a crack of the game. The best batting team up against the best bowling unit in the tournament. Evelyn Anyipo taking the ball from the KFC road end. I think you can see the body language of the Bujjagali Rafters telling you that they are very, very confident. They have put on enough runs for them to pick up a win. Off the mark there for Diane. The change in strategy here for the Itanda Kayakers. They've sent the captain Esther Ilukol at the top of the order and not Proskovia Alako. What could be the plan, Innocent?
I think the captain has said let's change tactics because it looks like they've been preparing and hoping that Salako that comes out. So they try to play a mind game. We saw Iloku and Musamali playing a very good, beautiful partnership for the second wicket of 46 runs yesterday.
I hope the Itanda Kayakers are not overthinking it. Keep the game simple. Name of the game. Good work there from Veronica Abuga. Keeps it to just 1 run. That plan could work against the Itanda Kayakers if this opening pair stays in for so long, and then by the time Proskovia Alako comes in to bat, there may be a lot of work for her to do, and in the end it may become an impossible task. So sometimes you want to keep the game just simple without necessarily overthinking it.
Nice flick again there for Diane. More wides coming through. The first over here being bought by Anyipo. More runs. This one very well played, tucked away behind square by Iloku. She breaks the shackles for the Kayakers. It's 4 runs to the total. That ball, Dennis, was never going to hurt anyone. Iloku just a little whip off her legs and it's 4 runs.
Yeah, Iloku using the pace of Evelyn Anyipo to just run that, make sure she places it perfectly and picks up a boundary. Only 8.5 runs, only 5.5 runs required every over for the Itanda Kayakers, and so far they are doing well.
Some footballing skills there from Esther Iluku, who is a through and through complete footballer, mixing and football and cricket. I think cricket will win the end of the day, but look at her, scared that the ball could roll onto her stumps. A little left kick.
Yeah, we know Innocent from her history. She has played some football for Olira in Soroti.
And Olira do play in the FUFA Women's Elite League. End of the over. 9 runs on board. Required rate is 5.58. Early days start thinking about the required rate. There's work to be done. Imagine next to you taking it upon herself to do the chatting to the bowlers. She's feeling mid-off to mid-off.
Yeah, the star of the morning game, Kevin Amuge, taking the ball from the Ginger Road end. That shows that the team has a lot of confidence in her, the under 19 star. She'll be bowling to Diane Bimenyimana. First up ball straight up there in the slot. Sarah Kiteng with the fielding. Very, very interested, all the Bujjagali Rafters players. You can see Immaculate Nakisui now trying to help Konsi Aweko in the field to run traffic.
Right in the middle.
The players now know that Diane likes balls outside of stump. She fancies herself against them. So they're making sure they deny her that opportunity.
No power behind Diane's shot there. Amuge continues dotting away. Natural and loves it.
Party spoilers, the Bujjagali Rafters. They want to crash a party today. They might have been the comeback team that they're making sure everyone waits on them. The Itanda Kayakers dugout a bit worried, I must say. See the coach there passing on some instructions, Habib Mugara. I think they want to win their third game. Want to get into that final when you're a very confident side. The CP Trekkers sitting on here waiting on this result to find out if they will be in the afternoon final tomorrow.
You can see Nakayov very attentive listening to Habib Mugara there. Questions galore for the coach. He's full of answers. Habib Mugara is a seasoned campaigner. He cannot fail to handle. And we very well know the work is done, especially with the women's cricket. Cannot be underestimated. Amuge continues to dot away. Diane Maribi Benyimana. No answers to the questions being posed. Nakisui continuing to pump up. The bowler says, you're doing well, continue doing fine, and continue fighting for us.
The thing about this, Innocent, is that every dot ball keeps taking that required run rate up.
And then finally, Dennis, that has been gotten out of your mouth, tries to play around it. It clips her middle stump. The furniture right behind her is disturbed. Jean-Marie Bimenyimana has got to work. She's been getting them starts up front.
Yeah, dot ball pressure. After 5 dots, Diane trying to force the issue, goes across the line, and she's completely bowled by Kevin Amuge. The breakthrough for Bujjagali. 9 for 1, the Itanda Kayakers. Very good shape on that ball. Tempting Diane into trying to play it through the mid-wicket region. Completely misses it, losing her wicket. Diane will have to go. Rita Musamali, the new batter for Itanda Kayakers. Again, Itanda trying to hold back Proskovia Lako.
We hope she's fine.
I think they know something that we don't.
A maiden, wicket maiden for Kevin Amuge up front to wrap things up. That required Redred Dennis. I like to keep an eye on it. It's too early, yes, and we're still in the power play, but just watch it a little closely. If you love the Bujjagali Rafters, they're keeping the Kayakers at bay.
The final of this tournament tomorrow will be live for you on NBS Sport from 2 p.m. None of the sides assured of being in the final yet. because the Bujjagali Rafters are making everyone wait before we find out which two teams will be in the afternoon final. Konsi Aweko, the captain, takes the ball from the Ginger Road end, from the KFC end.
Nachiranda runs very quickly to pick up that one and make sure the Kayakers don't get a second run. CP Trek has played their match long time ago, Dennis. They lost to the Rafters, but they have not even changed their jerseys. Many of them in the park here, following and watching the game. They don't know if they are wearing the jersey for the last time this week, or they will have a chance to be on big payday television to compete for the final.
That's true, Innocent. I thought a very confident team will be now making sure that their jerseys are nice and clean for tomorrow afternoon. But maybe they don't want to jinx their chance, so you'd rather stay in your top. Maria Nyende Kagoya missed the game yesterday due to work commitments. And you saw that Sandra Chow struggled a bit behind the stumps. But today she has brought some class to the keeping for the Bujjagali Rafters. She did so well in the morning, effected a couple of stampings and took good catches.
Very good bowling there from Konsaweko, the captain of the Rafters.
Again, a good decision here from the Rafters. They know these two players are not power players, so they try to bring on the spin and try and keep them quiet. Every dot ball now, the run rate is into the sixes. 6.06 per over required. End of the third, 11 after 1, 11 for 1. The Itanda Kayakers. Kevin Amuge will continue bowling from the Ginger Road end. She's picked one wicket in her first over, gave away nothing. She was the heroine for the morning game, held her nerve to defend 10 runs of 6 balls in the first game. And the first win for the Bujjagali Rafters. The slip in there now. Sandra Chow moved into that slip cordon. They know Rita Musamali likes running the ball down that side. So she needs to be very, very careful. A good shape there from Kevin again. Stylo trying to sneak a single where there is none. Sarah Kiteng yet to take the ball, the player of the match from the first game. 4 wickets for her for just 15 runs from her quarter of 4. It's going to be a tight finish. Every dot ball pushes that required rate up. Another good ball there from Kevin Amuge. Kevin Amuge was part of the under-19 girls team that played in the qualifiers last year in Botswana. One for the future. tap and run, very, very quick between the wickets, these two. Rita Musamali and Esther Ilukol. It's not enough. They will need to start finding something. 6.3 now the required rate. Kevin Amuge is still continuing to make sure that she dots for her team. The challenge for Konsi Aweko, the captain for Bujjagali, has been finding the other bowler who can make sure they keep the runs very dry.
5 balls in the over, Dennis. Amuge is considered just the 1 run in her 2 over spell thus far.
End of the 4th over, 13 for 1, the Itanda Kayakers.
Iloku, Esther and Musamali, Rita. Touch and go, chance for a run out. Where does she throw it? Bull's eye, she's gone. Good cricket there, good awareness from Konsi Aweko that the danger one was Iloku.
Yeah, Elsa Iluku, they are guilty of trying to steal from the convent, trying to steal from the offertory basket. There was really no run there. Gets across very quickly, Konsi Aweko. Puts in a good arm, losing her wicket. Very good stuff there from Konsi. Good fielding of her own bowling. Runs across very fast. Picks up a ball. And in one stump to aim at, she was really caught out of her ground. Jubilations there for Konsi and her team. Second wicket down for the Itanda Kayakers, who are now 13 for 2.
That is the run out, Dennis, again. Look at Konsi. Then she chips in a throw. Too late. Too late for Iloku. The bus left long time ago. The last bus that leaves the city headed to Soroti. Leaves at 9 p.m. She arrives at 10 p.m. Long gone with the wind. Esther Iloku. And guess who walks in to bat, Dennis? At number 4, joining Musamali is Proskovia Alako. Where has she been? What was the plan? Let's see how she goes about her innings. She comes in with the required run rate at 6.5. Musamali on just 2 runs from 7 deliveries. Konsi Aweko making it very tight. This elite league has brought the best out of the teams, the best out of the players. Cut very hard. No run there. It is the end of the fifth. 13 for 2.
Good plans and strategies here from the Bujjagali Rafters. Today the tide is very kind to them. They've been able to do some rafting across the Nile. Has a run out again. Soft hands from Esayolukol. I think she was sure should make ground. Very, very good fielding there from the captain. Taking responsibility and ensuring that she removes her opposite number. Very good pick and throw. Like Innocent said, the bus had already left for Soroti Town. Totally short of her ground there. Very good graphics from the team. Can clearly see from that image that the bells are dislodged before she can get across. Good decision and position there from the umpire. Sharon Athwala was in place to give that decision correctly.
Last over of the power play coming through.
Proskovia Alako comes in to bat, and immediately Konsi Aweko goes to her prime bowler, Evelyn Anyipo from the Ginger Road end. It's now game on. The Bujjagali Rafters want to crash a party here today.
Proskovia Alako goes for power up front. She's not shy to play her shots. Look at the comedy of errors. Musamali lives to die another day.
It's all happening here at the Logogo Cricket Oval. Rita Musamali running like a headless chicken, nearly caught out of her ground down the wicket. Only saved by a poor throw from Veronica.
Everyone watching Alako very closely. Alako's power is unstoppable. She crashes that one through the offside. 4 runs, Dennis. Alumo, Alako, the bat of the A's.
Yeah, very full there from Evelyn Anyipo, given the treatment it deserves from Proskovia Alako, who's in the form of her life.
Better ball, better lines, better length. It's a hit, and a hit for her is 6 runs. The leading batter in the tournament thus far.
Innocent with that 6 off Alako's blade, make them 11 for her in the tournament.
And she's going for power without fear or favor. She must score the runs. She knows that. She started the day with 162 runs. Alako now has 183 runs in total, Dennis. 18 fours and 11 sixes, 2 50s to her name, a high score of 80, a strike rate of 151. She's averaging 183 because she has 3 non-outs. Yeko is unstoppable. Alako is unstoppable.
Rita Musamali getting stuck in 16 of 24. Maybe the plan here from their head coach Habib Mugara was to try and hold Alako back a little bit so that they have some power at the back end of the innings. Alako gives them a very good start, but sometimes if she loses her wicket early, they are usually struggling, so they are now making sure that they can take care of those overs at the back end. And so far she's doing the job very well for them. Getting down very lazily there. There's some work to do for Sandra Chow, who will keep it to just 2 runs. Kevin Amuge took a lot of time to go down. The ball going through her for 2. Going down to the wire, you must say right now game still very evenly poised. 6.5 runs required every over. Which way will the tide swing? The morning game, the tightest of them all we've had so far in the group stages. 10 runs required off the final over. Bujjagali picking up that win by just 2 runs.
The required run rate is 6.5 for the over. A target of 116. Konsi Aweko's 3 overs. Dennis have gone for just 6 runs. We're done with 11. 18 of 28 from Samali. Alako 22 from 17. Alako knows how to bat in both gears, but looks like she's come out today to bat in one gear. Here is Immaculate Nakisui. She got runs in the first innings. Now she's got the ball. Going for power, Alako.
Yeah, power is nothing without control. Alako trying to hit the ball to Soroti. It's time Immaculate Nakisui with a good challenge. But you can see
some flight, but it's flight in the legs there where there's no room. It's a blind zone of sorts.
Can see a very good plan here from Imi. She's trying to set up Alako for a big one. Trying to buy that wicket. Tossing the ball up in the air. Imi not very happy with her captain there. Putting a powerful throw.
No love lost. Clipped off her legs. Will they come back for a second?
Alako not interested in the second. Imi has her bases loaded. She's trying to buy the wicket of Alako. There are either 2 options. Either she will take you on for 6, or it may land safely in the arms of someone.
Hopefully the catch is taken whenever it comes in the air, because it's one thing setting up someone and it's one thing your fielder is doing the job. Alako edges, chance for a catch, taken. Immaculate Nakisui strikes. Look at the celebration from her. Little beautiful catch from Leona Babirie. The celebrations, and Janet Nakiranda there in your frame. Alako was trying to hit this one all the way to Bugolobi. Bugolobi is well too far, too near. Alako must take the long walk back to the hard Dennis. The delivery.
Very good ball again there from Immaculate Nakisui, trying to challenge Proskovia Alako, who gets a thick outside edge. The catch taken by Leona Babirie. But I think Immaculate Nakisui's celebrations better than Leona. I hope if our cameraman got those.
Nice for the producer to show the world that celebration for Immaculate Nakisui. Super celebrations here, because they know they dismiss the danger lady. 23 from 20. It's the end of Alako. The camera stays with her because she is the leading run scorer in the tournament. Proskovia Alako has been hitting the ball everywhere she is wanted. 3 not outs in her 4 innings. 184 runs is what she has after today.
It's now the sibling combination. Susan Kakai joins her elder sister Rita Musamali. Very, very happy there, Leona Bavidia, with the catch to dismiss Proskovia Alako. A daunting task now for Rita Musamali and her sister. They will need to find the inspiration for them to be able to help their team pick up a win. For now, Bujjagali Rafters will feel like they've done enough for them to get the result that they want. End of the 12th over, 58 for 3, the Itanda Kayakers. $57 of 48 is what is required by the Itanda Kayakers for them to win the game. Rita Musamali has been there for quite some time. She needs to consolidate 19 from 29. They have used all the ammunition now. Susan Kakai yet to get off the mark. The way she's playing with the dead bat, she should know that they need at least 57 runs. She needs to be working the ball into the gaps so that they keep the scoreboard ticking. Susan Kakai batting alongside her elder sister Rita Musamali. Both of them feature for the Victoria Pals. Susan Kakai making her debut last year. She's also the captain of Wanderers Cricket Club in the Ladies League. The job becoming a bit difficult. The assignment, 7.5 runs required every over. And especially if you lose Proskovia Alako very early. Proskovia knows how to switch gears quickly. But now the responsibility has to be taken up by others. They still have the hard-hitting Franklin Najumba. She hasn't done a lot of batting, mostly because a lot of runs have. Good decision there by Maria Nyende to throw the correct end. Rita Musamali Zanu played the ball but off her back foot. Very well done there by Kevin Amuge. But her throw ricochets off the stumps and they get an extra run. They got something out of nothing. Another good over there from Sarah Kiteng, giving her only 16 runs in her 3 overs. It's now 13 overs gone, 62 for 3. The Itanda Kayakers. The Waterfalls T20 League Women's Edition started on Thursday, the final day of the group matches. Itanda Kayakers family on top of the table, but they've been dragged back a little bit. They lost to the CP Trekkers yesterday afternoon, and today afternoon the Bujjagali Rafters have put them under the pump. The run rate keeps rising with every over. They need at least 2 big overs to try and get them back into the game. Completely missed by everyone. And the ball, very good fielding there from Leona Babidie. Keep it to just 2 runs, but the ball completely missed by everyone. Went through the batter and Maria Nyende Kagoya. The first time we've really seen Immaculate Nakisui show her class. She batted very well. And she has also picked up the big scalp of Proskovia Alako. Today she's showing that she's very interested. I hope it's not a little bit too late for her and her team. Whoa! Completely undone there by Kevin Amuge. Again, something out of nothing for the Itanda Kayakers. First there by poor dive from Sarah Kiteng, allows the ball to go through her. Then Kevin Amuge, very, very casual on the boundary. The ball going through her legs for a fortunate boundary for Susan Kakai. Sure, Immaculate Nakisui will not be very happy with that kind of fielding. Miscommunication out there in the middle, and a run out. There will be a family meeting after this game between Rita Musamali and Susan Kakai. Miscommunication between the two. Susan Kakai stranded out in the middle, gets herself run out. The 4th wicket down for the Itanda, who are now 68 for 4. A big win here for the Bujjagali Rafters. Could shake up things. Could shake the table that already has a lot of drinks on it. Itanda Kayakers on top of that table, followed by the CP Trekkers. Bujjagali trailing in 3rd. But if Bujjagali Rafters win this game, it will mean that all the 3 teams have managed to get at least 2 wins. And then it will come down to the mathematics of net run rate. The challenge across the line there, Patricia Malemikia, Evelyn Anyipo caught in 2 minds, first thought about going for the catch, changed her mind, the ball landing just safely. But I think that's what Itanda needs. They need someone to try and take the game to the Bujjagali Rafters. For now, it's looking very easy for them. Dragged down, poor ball down the leg side. Sandra Chow will keep it to just a single. That will be the end of the 14th over. 70 for 4, the Itanda Kayakers. Chance nearly lands for Maria Nyende Kagoya. Rita Msamali trying to turn the ball around the corner. Got a leading edge. Big swing across the line there from Malemikia. Good work in the deep from Naomi Kayondo. They'll get 2 runs. The run rate now going further up. 8 runs required every over. Patricia Malemikia, no rabbit with the bat. And I think that's the reason why the coach Habib Mugara sent her. She can hit a couple of balls, but she'll need to hit them over the rope if she's going to trouble the Bujjagali Rafters. Still anyone's game, evenly poised. 74 for 4 after 14.5. Can Itanda find a hero with the bat? Rita Msamali, 23 of 34. She needs to do something. Rita very, very competent, but this is not her kind of game. She's not a power player. She's one who likes to accumulate, occupy the crease and stay for as long as possible. You could see that her partnership with Proskovia Alako was a very good one because they seem to be putting something very good together. But there's still a lot to go. There's still a lot of time in the match. 74 for 4 after 15. Full toss, hit me ball from Immaculate Nakisui. Patricia Malemikia says thank you. And they put away for a boundary. Much needed boundary for the Itanda Kayakers. I don't know if the umpires will call that as a no ball, but to stay as a full toss. Put away beautifully in the gap, splitting the 2 people out in the deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Much needed boundary for. Tries to go big again. Evelyn Anyipo gets under the ball, parries it instead of holding on to the catch. Patricia Malemikia heaves that, picks it up from the outside of stump, takes it across the line. Evelyn Anyipo did well to get to the ball, but she doesn't take the catch, spills it. Patricia now Malemikia riding her luck. You can see because they know that Rita Msamali is not a power player. Konsi Aweko now trying to move in to make sure they cut off the runs. Rita Msamali getting stuck in her crease. She needs to use her feet more. She's a very confident player. But every time she stays in the crease, that allows Immaculate to pick her lines very, very easily. 79. Three dot balls so far. Only 5 runs from the over so far. The pressure getting to Rita Msamali. She needs to do something. Either she just makes sure she keeps on strike. She doesn't need to face 4 balls without scoring any runs. Compare that to Patricia, who faced 2 balls and scored 5. So she needs to make sure she comes up with something. 4 dot balls to finish off the 16th over. 79 for 4. The Itanda Kayakers. What a catch there from Naomi Kayondo. Lucky to seem like the opportunity had gone away from her, but on the second chance, she takes a very good catch. Heart in the mouth stuff there for her. More relieved. After she takes a chance, Patricia Melimike has to go. A good cameo from her. Look at that chance again. Picking up the ball up very well there from Patricia. Naomi Kayondo, the chance looked like it had gone away from her, but she takes the catch on the 3rd opportunity. She even laughs at herself. She knows that she's so lucky. Again, we are yet to see Franklin Najumba come out to bat for the Itanda Kayakers. They send the young Lona Anya to come out to bat. Surprised by those tactics, because now the run rate is close to 10 runs every over. You need some power in the game. The Bujjagali Rafters, today the tide has been very low, has allowed them to take a couple of tourists down the rapids. They might be the first team to win 2 games in a day on double-header day. Their family now in control. However, might be a little too late for them to be able to stick into the final tomorrow afternoon.
Because you look around and see, Dennis, that there is no chance that they will get a mind-blowing net run rate. They need to do something, but they will take these 2 victories and they will have shown the rest of the world that we lost the first 2, but doesn't mean we're a bad side.
I think, Innocent, like you've mentioned, psychologically works well for you, because you know you don't want to leave the tournament with a wooden spoon. Now at least they have a chance of, even if finishing the tournament with their heads held high.
Because only one team is in trouble here, in real trouble. It is the CP Trekkers. The team they are playing right now, Itanda Kayakers. They know they can take a back seat. They're already through because of that speed net run rate of 1.164. Nice little cheeky shot. The keeper Maria Nyendekagwe will do some running.
$80 for 5. Let's show in this one, Innocent, you think, like the first game?
Let's show indeed, but let's show remains a far cry. I don't see any really good power hitters left in the ranks of the Kayakers. Naturanda runs in very quickly. It's the end of the 17th over. 82 for 5. They require 10.5 runs every over going on from here. Somebody has been there, Dennis, but she hasn't really gotten going.
Yeah,
she's held fort.
Yeah, Msamali has really held fort. But more or less like a security guard keeping watch at the church. There's hardly not anything to steal. 26 or 43 balls. She hasn't hurt the Bujjagali Rafters at all. 3 more overs in the match. 32 runs required from 18 balls. I think your money now would be on good shot there from Rita Msamali.
Straying away. Guilty party. Evelyn Anyipo's figures today haven't been meticulous. Ball just tucked away from her hips and helping it all along to the fine leg boundary. More runs and a good stop at point.
I think it's Bujjagali team. I'd put my money on them when the tournament started. They've just never showed up in those first 2 games. Now they've showed a lot more conviction and effort. Players like Immaculate Nakisui playing a very good hand today with good support there from Leona Babidie. Maybe, just maybe, if they had given just 3/4 of the effort they gave today, they would have found themselves in the final.
First things first, count yourself lucky. Your money is safe somewhere. Maybe underneath your pillow.
The young Lona Anyait thrown at the deep end by the head coach Abib Mugara to try and find 32 runs from 18 balls. I'm still surprised that Franklin Najumba, who's more experienced campaigner, would come out and try and take the game to Bujjagali Rafters.
Dot balls galore there. I can tell you, Franklin Najumba hasn't yet batted this whole tournament. Is she being saved for the final?
Maybe they are saving the best for last. Swing and a miss session here from Lona Anyait. Evelyn Anyipo ensuring that she can have a good view of the maker's mark on that ball.
More swing and misses there.
That's a problem. Someone like Rita Msamali should be taking responsibility right now. For the remaining few balls, she needs to be the one on strike.
It's getting out of hand, slowly and slowly getting out of hand. They need 12.4 now.
Yeah, Lona Anyait, no match for Evelyn Anyipo, who's been there, done that at the top level. End of the 18th over, 88 for 5. The Itanda Kayakers. Some instructions there being passed on by Susan Kakai to her sister Rita Musamali. 27 of 12 is the requirement for them. They need at least 2 runs every over. 2 runs off every ball. Kevin Amuge will take the ball from the KFC road end.
You can see that Konsaweko has used 5 bowlers, but she didn't count them very well. So she's spot on. I beg your pardon. Looked like thought she was gonna need another 6th bowler.
Innocent, I'll tell you, I've been very, very impressed by the young Kevin Amuge. It's gone for only 7 runs from her 3 overs. She really held her nerve in the first game to win the match for the Bujjagali Rafters. I think there's a very, very big future for her. Nice and straight. And some of the balls we saw in the morning had some shape on them. Especially that 1 wicket she picked up of Diane Biminyimana.
Then it's thanks to the Elite League, the Waterfalls T20 Elite League, and many of the senior players have been given a rude awakening that many and several other youngsters are knocking on the door for their sports chance to come back for the second.
A very good arm there from Immaculate Nakisui. Nearly had Rona Anyait caught out of her ground, but Lona, understanding the assignment, she had to run too, so that to get Rita Msamali back on strike.
Rita Msamali going across the line, Gangu style. Nothing on it. Kevin Amuge wants a wicket, but there are no freebies of wickets to be given to you by the umpires. You need to ball out someone.
Yeah, very good ball there from Kevin Amuge. Perfect Yorker. Rita Msamali really swinging for nothing. Hopeful swinging. No connection at all. Rita, this is not her kind of game. She's not a power player. She's really someone who accumulates runs. They don't bother take a second one. Desperate dive there from
shot number 4. The Princess Bagenda Kayondo. The pressure has been removed from the ball. There will only be one winner here, Dennis. It's Bujjagali Rafters who are going to script history in the tournament by being the only team to win 2 matches on their double-header day.
Innocent has already called it win for Bujjagali Rafters. A lot of work to do. They have already 5 wickets in hand. You just never know, something could happen. We'd see a miracle of sorts.
For once, I'll bet with you, Dennis. 5,000 shillings is something I know that you have. It is Bujjagali Rafters Day. Hit high up in the air. Who wants it? Somebody's underneath it. Well, it falls in no man's land.
I don't think they want to get Lona out. And that was the first final ball of the over, meaning the new over will start with her on strike.
Penultimate over done and dusted. Sights and sounds of Itanda Beauty and the Beast. Look at the tourists, lots of flipping. You got to get the feeling only if you come to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Itanda Falls. And this is Bujjagali for you. If you're watching from wherever you're watching, come through, visit Uganda. It's the Pearl of Africa. No regrets. No dull moment in Uganda.
Yeah, that's the Abbey sailing experience at the CP Falls. Not for the faint-hearted.
Like you, Dennis. Nice, beautiful cut from the young Lona Anyait in the last over here of the day. Quick response from the ambulance there. I beg your pardon, that was Musamali, not Lona.
I'll tell you what, Innocent, that ball running over the uniforms for the CP Trekkers, I think they know that they are safe, so they've decided to go and do their laundry so that tomorrow afternoon their uniforms are ready for the final.
The look on the faces of the Kayakers, Dennis, says half the story. Comprehensively beaten today, but they know it's been a learning curve for the two teams that will play in the final. They've been given a dose of their own medicine by the Bujjagali Rafters. CP Trekkers going down by 2 runs in the morning blitz. Susan Kakaya is on the ground and still cheering on. Esther Luko, the captain, smiling. Jan Marbi Menyimana cutting a posture of a cool, collected and calm customer.
I think Innocent, they've understood that they could lose the game, but still make it into the final if they just don't lose badly.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Lona Anyait running very quickly there. Clapping stays on and on. When they lost Alako, and it's nice for them to change tactics because the coach wants them to get used to situations. If Alako doesn't score, who gets us the runs? If Dian Maribi Menyimana doesn't get a start, who can get us the runs? Everyone here in this team shouldering that responsibility and showing it.
Yeah, very, very good coaching there from Habib Mugara, making sure that this is also a learning experience for the players. It's just not a walk in the park for them, but it's an experience they can learn from. Proskovia Alako has been giving them very good stats at the top of the order, but this time brought down to try and make sure they push the game up to the end. Rita Msamali has put her hand up today, 42 from 52 balls. And very, very good effort from her. 3 more balls left in the match. Wild swing, agriculture there from Rita Msamali trying to swing across the line. Doesn't make any connection. A good outing for her as well. It's been a long time coming. It's been a while since she put on a very good knock. But it's good to see that she still got it. Rita Msamali.
15 needed from just 2 balls. She closes her eyes and swings. But swinging blindly won't take you anywhere. You just fall into a pit.
Yeah, I think with that ball, it's game set match with Bujjagali Rafters. The only team to pick up 2 wins on their double-header day. Too little, too late for them. But a much, much better performance from them today from their previous 2 games.
Nice little drive down the ground.
Yeah, that will be it for the Itanda Kayakers, who will finish on 101 for 5 in their 20. 14-run win for the Bujjagali Rafters. They finish on a winning note. Their first 2 games never went their way, but finally they get everything together very nicely on their double-header day to pick up a very good win. Itanda Kayakers, back-to-back losses for them. They will go into the final tomorrow afternoon against the CP Trekkers. Both sides on the back of losses, but surely both sides have done enough to make sure they get themselves into the final. The final tomorrow afternoon starting at 2 p.m. will have Itanda Kayakers taking on the CP Trekkers. Bujjagali, unfortunately, their 2 wins today, not enough for them to sneak them into the final. but what a day. They will take the wins nonetheless. All the 3 teams picking up 2 wins from the group games and only separated by net run rate. Itanda Kayakers doing enough in their first 2 games to get them into the final. CP Trekkers with a win against the Itanda, and Bujjagali as well to make sure they get themselves into the final. Happier faces for the Bujjagali Rafters today after picking up 2 wins. They won't be in the final unfortunately, but they will be content with their performance today. 13 runs the win for them, and what a day it's been here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval. Perfect weather that has allowed us to have both games happening. We'll return tomorrow with the final starting at 2 p.m. between the Itanda Kayakers and the CP Falls. We want to find out who will be the champion of the women's edition of the Waterfalls T20. We'll take a break and we'll come back with the post-match presentation from Innocent.
Yo, mic check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-match presentation. This is the penultimate day of the Waterfalls T20 Elite League for the Women edition. The beautiful match played between the Itanda Kayakers and the Bujjagali Rafters. Well played to you, the Kayakers. You've lost, but you've gone through to the final. And well played to you, the Rafters. You win 2 of your matches today, but unfortunately you can't make the final because of net run rate. Tomorrow we'll be having the final, but before we have the final tomorrow, allow me to start with the losing captain today. Esther, come through. Esther, you went up against a team that was hungry to win. You did the easier job not to lose so badly. Stayed with the run rate up there, and you qualify as number 2 in the final, with CP Trackers taking the bragging rights as the winners of the round robin. Are you happy with the performance, or are you happy with the fact that you've qualified for the final?
I'm very happy that we have qualified for the finals.
Tell us through today's game, what could you have loved to do differently? We saw you guys, the coach, playing around with the batting squad. Alako didn't come early up front. Take me through what the tactics were for your team today.
There was just nothing, but it was our strategy that Percy comes number 4 because she's not feeling well.
Very well said. Good luck to you in the final. We hope to see the very best from you. From the winning captain, Konsi, please come through. Very well played, Konsi Aweko. You are the only team to win 2 of your matches on a double-header day. You have the bragging rights. Are you very happy?
I'm very happy. My team is very happy.
The tactics today were spot on. You're a team that don't scored 100 runs. The only team not to have scored 100 runs in the tournament thus far. But you come up through in the last match of the round robin and score 114. Take us through the changes we saw for the first time. Your batsmen were up to the task and scoring with the rate.
It was a take home for them to go and think about their batting, and we didn't do much. We just told them, go and do your role, let the bowlers also come and finish up for you. So it was what they did. And I'm happy with the bowlers who came back, defending 88, defending 114 against teams that scored 128, 130 something. So I believe we did well for the day.
Are you hurt that you miss out on the final by just net run rate? Would you want maybe the organizers to give you another round so that you can beat these people properly?
I'm not hurt because we took our chances, so let cricket win. At the end of the day, we've not lost completely, but we've also sent a message to them that cricket can go either way, because I think they have a lot to think about tomorrow's game as well.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you in the next edition of the Waterfalls T20 Elite League. You heard it all from Konsi. She's raring to go for the second edition when this tournament does come around. To give out the player of match award, please come through Uganda Cricket Association Chairman Michael Nuwagaba. The player of the match, a couple of contestants there. Patricia Malmekia, one of the contestants for her performance with the bat and the ball. Another contestant for the player of match award, Rita Musamali, for unbeaten 42. But the person taking this award scored a quick fire 30 from 28 balls, and then she picked 1 wicket for 24. Immaculate Musamali, Immaculate Nakisui. Presented by Darren Alan Chaine of the Daily Monitor and NTV to the chairman, Immaculate Nakisui. There you are with the ivory for you. Your living room will look very beautiful. The cash coming through as well. The cash, 100,000 shillings for you, presented to you from a former national team player. The award, please, I need to be your friend today. Enjoy, Immaculate. I thank you, Chairman. Leave me with Imi for now. Immaculate, please stay back. Let's have just a small little beautiful chat. Today, you came out with a big performance, the Immaculate that we do know. Take us through your performance throughout the day. From the morning you contributed with the bat. From being number 24 on the batting rota, you end up as number 2 today. How happy are you with your efforts?
Well, I'm so happy and excited. Congratulations to my team, Bujjagali, Rafters. Yeah, we did it. So previously, we weren't happy with the way we were performing, but then the people that I stay with saw me like yesterday. I wasn't so happy. I even cried in the night. I had to call mom. She told me she's going to sleep in church. She's going to pray for me and my team. So her prayers have worked and we've won.
Thank you, Amy. I want to ask you another question because you spoke so well. Enjoy your photo moment with the journalists here.